For the official opening ceremony, please come on the stage. Adam Mike, Sport Director of Polish Judo Association. Janusz Samuel, the Director of Sport and Recreation Department of Warsaw Capital City. And Mr. Paweł Jastrowski, the Sport Director of European Judo Union.
W imieniu Polskiego Związku Judo serdecznie witam na European Open w Warszawie. Serdecznie witam wspaniałą publiczność, przede wszystkim zawodników, trenerów, sędziów. Z przyjemnością witam deputowanego do Parlamentu Europejskiego pana Andrzeja Dudę. Z tego miejsca chciałbym serdecznie podziękować wszystkim zaangażowanym w przygotowywanie tego turnieju. Szczególnie miasto Warszawa, Ministerstwo Sportu i Turystyki, Centralny Ośrodek Sportu i wszystkim osobom, którzy dużym zaangażowaniem sprawili, że turniej jest na bardzo wysokim poziomie. Życzę wam wszystkim wspaniałych walk finałowych. Dziękujemy.
Szanowni Państwo, w imieniu władz Miasta Stołecznego Warszawy serdecznie witam Torwar. Mam nadzieję, że miasto Warszawa oprócz zmagań sportowych stanie się również dobrym miejscem do wypoczynku, do turystyki i że jak skończycie Państwo walki, będziecie mogli obejrzeć nasze piękne, nowoczesne i super rozwijające się miasto. Serdecznie witam w arenie, w której odbywa odbywają się dzisiaj te zawody. Wszystkich tych, którzy jeszcze nie byli w Warszawie, ale witam również tych, którzy w Warszawie już byli i mają z Warszawą tylko dobre wspomnienia. Życzę wszystkim, aby uzyskali kwalifikacje na Igrzyska Olimpijskie, a 35 narodowości plus Polska, czyli 36 narodowości. Niech ta hala będzie szczęśliwa dla najlepszych. Jeszcze raz serdecznie witam na terenie miasta stołecznego Warszawy i życzę sukcesów.
Good afternoon, friends, athletes, coaches, and referees. I am very happy to see you in European Open Warsaw 2015. Thank you very much, Polish Judo Association, very good organization, very nice atmosphere. I declare European Open Warsaw 2015 is open.
Thank you very much, and immediately after official opening we will start the medal fights. The first bronze medal fight of tatami 1 in the under 60 kg weight category will now begin. The contest will be judged by Des Roses. In white judogi, Sakina Kmetkova, representing Turkey. In the blue judogi, Erik Tabatake.
Right, well it looks as though we are ready to get underway with the medal matches. Everyone is ready to go here. Let's have a look and see where we're going to go. We've got a choice for you. Number one is Guzman Kyrgyzbayev of Kazakhstan. He faces Pavel Petrikov of the Czech Republic. The second of the bronze medal matches is Ahmet Shahin Kaba of Turkey. He faces Erik Takabatake of Brazil. Why don't we go to mat number 2 to have a look at the contest between Erik Takabatake, the number 1 seed from Brazil, and Ahmet Shahin Kaba of Brazil. Takabatake was giving his elbow a serious rubbing earlier on, so obviously had some degree of discomfort, and that arm lock was applied to him, applied on him earlier on by Uzbekistan's Diyorbek Borisboyev. Borisboyev making the Brazilian tap out. That's what was put him here in this bronze medal match. That's where we are at the moment. First of the bronze medal matches, and for the first time late on this afternoon, we've got the pleasure of Tomek Kowalski again. Good afternoon, Tomek. How was the lunch?
Good afternoon. It was delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a chance to speak with Robert Krawczyk and Łukasz Kiełbasiński today, as we haven't been in touch for a long time, especially with Robert.
Did you have lunch on your own?
No, in fact we were sitting with the team coach of national judo team of Poland for seniors, and also former and today's participant Krzysztof Wiłkomirski, so it was a nice lunch.
Yeah.
We had a chance to discuss about recent affairs, especially this tournament, and it was very nice.
I like the sports hall. You know, there's something that's big enough, easily big enough to accommodate a European Open. And I know we were here for the Junior Europeans a few years ago. That was a good event. And there's a huge curtain down at one end of the competition hall. There's plenty of room, you know, for more. And I think this would be a nice venue, maybe for a. We've had the Junior Europeans. I suppose you could step up and have the Cadet World Championships. That would be a good one.
Yeah, that would be very nice to accommodate all the best judokas. Even when you think that we had those big tournaments, I think there is also some space for us, and we could, go, like you already said, just one step
up.
Yeah, up, and then maybe maybe after some time we can accommodate or host some bigger events even in
At
seniors.
senior level, yeah. Well, once you've had the run out and you see the space, because there's a lot of space around outside the venue, and in rooms and all sorts of stuff, and that's what they normally ask for. But yeah, I like it. It's good. No score yet between Kaba, who we saw earlier on, and Takabatake. We saw him tapping out.
Yeah, in fact we were thinking that he might not be able to participate in this bronze medal match, but luckily enough he is fit enough to fight, because we were worried about his arm.
I spoke to Shinohara, the Brazilian coach. He was a little bit, well, he's the coach, he's bound to be unhappy with his fighter not being in the final, and he was kind of belly aching about, you said mate and tap, but when you see the arm lock being applied and Takabatake attempting to avoid it, his attempt to avoid it was to stand up. That's how he was getting off it, and he was hoping for the mate. That's why he didn't tap. He didn't tap because he didn't because he was hoping for the mate.
Exactly. So anyway, he's fit enough. Yeah,
he's back.
Yeah, he's back. He's currently having a slight advantage because Shido has been given to Kaba.
I like that description rather than he's in the lead, because he isn't leading, there's no score, but he has a slight advantage. I think I'm going to use that from now on, if that's okay with you.
Yeah,
You don't mind, yeah?
Anytime you use it, just mention my name and it'll be okay.
A credit.
Yeah, credit. And just hashtag and on Twitter, so that's how the range is built. I'll be considered an expert if you use it every time. So that's what Kowalski says.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it. Almost dived head first into the tatami there.
Losing the grip. So.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing that does is to show you the degree of commitment that he had into it. He was throwing himself into it. He just lost control and then ended up face planting himself. Now we saw the Korean throw like that from the side. Takabatake hasn't quite got the same kind of, well, I wouldn't say skill level, but he didn't have the same result. Half a minute left. No score.
Well, I think he might have heard what you said a minute ago.
I don't believe it. It's always when you say there is no score, or I think this is not going to happen, there it is. Takabatake managing to come up with the score, and there didn't appear to be any problems in bending the elbow.
No.
So
Drops underneath in left morote. Yeah, we can see the replay. And
see, both elbows get called into. Obviously, there's more power and more work being asked of the left one, and I think it was the right one that was arm locked. But still, there was a lot of drive there. There was bend in the right elbow, so he appears to be none the worse for wear after having suffered that injury, and he takes the bronze here in Warsaw. We're in the Hala Sportowo Widowiskowa.
Yeah, it's that this is a venue for sports and entertainment, and it's called Torvar, the hall.
Torvar, okay. Win for Takabatake, you'll be happy with that. He came in here as a fancied fighter, didn't he? So you would have expected him to be there or thereabouts. A bronze medal is the result of today's work.
The last seconds of the second bronze medal match. It's Kyrgyzbayev Rumar of Kazakhstan against Petrikov Pavel from Czech Republic. And it's an interesting situation because the Kazaki sportsman is leading by Wazari, but he also has
not quite.
Yeah, but he also been penalized 3 times, so it was interesting. But now he has he hasn't. I was going to say about the hold down, the Seikomi, but this Wazari was enough to win the match for him. That was close enough.
It was. It's a shame because I don't know if you remember me saying this morning that there are a lot of 7s and 5s in his list, and here he is again with a 5th place.
I'm not sure if it's not an overstatement, but I think you might have just put
Jinxed
a curse
him.
on him. Yeah, jinxed him today.
Well, I managed to jinx Kaba. Said there's no score yet, and Takabataki threw him. And then I said earlier on about Petrikov finishing 5th or 7th, and the poor Czech fighter leaves the mat pretty slowly. And you would be disappointed. You know, you've worked so hard all day, and to come away with a 5th place. Okay, there may be some points in it, and those may be the points that take you to the games in the end. You know, you might have to rely on some, but it's not what he came here for.
Especially that when it could be a good sign if the European Championships would be in this month, like next month, or in short time. But due to the switch to June, it's also about building the form again. So maybe he was focused. This is the last tournament for for this time or in February. So maybe he was hoping for a better result.
Well, I'll tell you what. Now that they've moved, he's got another chance.
Yeah, he can build the form.
Okay. Right, we've got a head-to-head with the two Uzbek fighters, Urozboyev and Lutfiliev, and it appears from the body language that there's no love lost between this pair. Because the other thing is, you know, when you reach this stage, it's normally the coach says, go out there and sort it out yourselves. You know? Whoever comes back, that's the number one. Saves the coach of having to pick.
Yeah, it's like, okay, everything stays on the mat, no politics, no connections, just sort it out yourself. I think it's a comfortable situation for the coaches. Like, okay, we have a final. Whoever goes and wins it, it's like number one or something.
And the compensation for the coach is that it doesn't matter who wins, because he knows he's taking 2 medals.
Yeah.
He's guaranteed 2 medals. He's already sitting, you know, with his feet up, celebrating. I've got 2 medals. I've got gold and a silver. Whereas if one of them had gone into the bronze medal match, you know, you could lose a medal. Here, it doesn't matter. Well, the only thing that's going to be different here is whose name is on 1 and 2. Oh, big pick up! Came off it and then turned.
Yeah.
That's why there's only a Yuko.
But spectacular entrance.
So much happened in the air. It looked like a big one, and then he got turned. By the time he came down, instead of it being Ippon, it was Yuko.
And there was like a slight chance for white player to just grab him in the oseikomi, because at first he landed on his back. The one throwing.
Here we go again. Oh, goes at the gaki, yes!
And
Yeah.
it is.
Well, you know something? Look, that's good, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh.
You know what's really nice about this? The referee doesn't call mate.
Yeah.
Doesn't call mate, there's no need. You know, he's in the middle of the technique there. He started in, and they finish a good way out. But he left it to finish off. 4 meters is a nice safety area. I
Yeah.
think you need that.
Especially in the final.
Yeah.
Nothing else is going around. You have all
Yeah.
the place you need. There was no direct threat for the bands or for the computers or anything else.
We still had a bit of room.
Yeah. So not only the good level of performance for both players, but also the referee who was there, who had a clear vision of what's going on, what's may happen or may not, and he decided to
Let it go.
and
Didn't get in the way.
and we had a beautiful Ippon in the first final of the first day of European Open here in Warsaw.
I think our technical guy knows which map we're going to go to.
It's not that difficult.
Yeah, no need to ask on that one. Alexander Beta of Poland. faces Rishad of Uzbekistan.
In judo representing Poland, Alexander Beta.
Nice cheers from the crowd.
Rishad Sabirov, representing Uzbekistan.
Right then, nervous time for the Polish fans. It's the first shot at a medal here. What an opponent Beta has got to face. All right, the big wins have been done at under 60 kilos. Doesn't take away from the quality of the man in front of him, though, does it?
Yeah, but I think Beta has this ability to be a big threat for everybody. When he was fighting in Japan, he managed to throw Ebinuma for a Yuko, but with a very good technique. So he has the capacity, he has the potential for throwing, but it always depends on the day, how he feels. He lacks some consistency in his displays, especially at the highest level.
Right.
But I believe that he's able to win this fight today, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed for him. So I apologize in advance if I would say something in like very emotional way, or I will try
okay.
not to swear if something goes wrong, but I cannot guarantee. So
We await your excitement.
So it's a Shido for Rishad Sabirov for a grip infringement. So there is a slight advantage on the Beta side, but
I'm going to go on the outside. Almost a chance for a Makikomi there, but it's a big man's throw, isn't it? It's not really you don't see the little fellows with Makikomi that often.
But when we were discussing the tactics for this fight, because Beta was also during the lunch, he was just strolling around the corridor, and we had a moment. So we were talking that Sabirov today, he's always a great threat when he goes. He has some really good throwing skills, but today he was a bit slow starter. So if Beta manages to push the tempo and put some Shidos against Sabirov, and then he remains composed, he may win this fight, because it will be extremely difficult to throw Sabirov. But you don't need to throw, in fact, in judo to win the fights. It's the best way, it's the most effective way, and let's say the easiest one. But anyway, these are two penalties for Rishad Sabirov, and as far as
Just the one
just
now.
one, but as far as those first 2 minutes went, the way they went, I think that Beta is going according to the plan, which the coach suggested.
So even if the second penalty doesn't stick, it's in Sobirov's mind that he's been given that second warning.
And
like
it's somewhere in the air.
yeah, exactly. It's hanging there. He's got the threat over him, so be careful. Nice gripping, causing the Uzbek some discomfort. Trying to break it up.
So we're halfway through the contest. Slight advantage on the Beta side, but
Needs to get some attacks in. Just to keep him away from picking up that penalty. Okay, that was blocked.
not deep enough. Maybe he should have gone to Kochi. We've seen that happen today, but it was easy to say, and now it's all square. One Shido apiece. Nice attempt. Guruma from Beta, but Sabirov was quick enough to react and posed a threat of counter-attack, so Beta had to just bail out. that's not the way to do this. Another false attack by Alexander. Some time given by the ref to tidy up.
Time now for Beta to gather himself, think about it, and see what he can come up with.
The crowd is cheering for him, so maybe that will make him a bit stronger, because he needs it at the moment. He needs to do something. He's trailing by 1 Shido. It's not a very big advantage, but he has to level it up either by a Shido, or even better to go in front with some technique.
This is what you were talking about. Just threatened there for a moment. He was Kosoto rather than the Kouchi, but the direction, it's that direction that it gave him that opportunity. How long has he got left? 40 odd seconds. You know, those are the things that you need to set up early, so that way you've got your opponent slightly unsettled. He doesn't really sell him with the movement to the front. That's the problem.
Yeah.
You know, he commits very early to going back, and Sobirov's able to defend against it. Must make the Seoinage threat real. If you make that threat real, he has to defend against it. Oh, that was good off the sleeves from Sobirov.
It wasn't a leg grab.
Not quite. You don't want to be there in the last 20 odd seconds.
Sobirov is too experienced to just let it go. So unfortunately, it's probably going to end like this in Newaza. And it's an Osekomi. So it is Sobirov who takes the first bronze medal in under 66 kg category, winning on Shidos. So it's 2 Shidos to 1.
A good effort, however, from Alexander Beta. How old is he?
He's 25, 24 maybe, I'm not really sure.
That's not a bad showing. He gave a good effort.
Especially in fact that Zagrodnik was absent today because of some injuries.
We saw Pavel around the stadium. Unfortunately for Poland, Beta couldn't come up with the medal-winning performance, but he gives his own salute to the crowd and thanks them for their support. It's Ryshard Sobirov of Uzbekistan who takes the bronze there. We've got another bronze medal contest in progress. So 23 seconds left of that. Remus Lația of Romania faces Ori Felician of Hungary. The Hungarian leads by Yuko. He's picked up 3 penalties, however. All he's got to do really is avoid picking up the penalty and avoid getting thrown.
Ten seconds left, so
Breathing really heavily.
yeah, but he was looking comfortably quite. He still attacked, so so probably nothing bad is going to happen to him, but
It's your turn.
yeah.
There's no power there.
No.
Let's see, it ran out of steam at the end. He couldn't lift the leg.
Perhaps if you have said that, maybe, but my words aren't this powerful. Since now I'll call you just Mr. Jinx.
Ori Felician winning out there by the single Yuko to take the second bronze medal. This is going to be wrapped up pretty soon, isn't it?
In the blue tree, Felicia Fourier,
Right, coming up next, the final of the under 66 kilo category. We've got Yildiz Shumakanov of Kazakhstan. He faces An Baul of Korea. It's Shumakanov in the white judogi, An in blue. There's been a really good turnout from the foreign teams, and by foreign I mean, you know, from wider afield than Europe. It's a European open to anybody. We haven't got, well, from one side of the water we got the Brazilians, and they've come with a strong team. We saw Takapataki in the under 60 kilos. He came in here as the number 1 seed, ended up with a bronze medal. We're going to see Alex Pomba da Silva. He was the number 1 seed in the under 73 kilo category. He's made it to the bronze medal match. And there's been good representation from Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan and Korea. So some big teams with strong fighters.
Well, that's one of the reasons I still prefer to refer to this kind of tournaments as World Cup sometimes, because it really shows, it's even though it's European Open, so you can just think that there might be some other countries. Those tournaments are strong because so many foreign teams are coming. So when I usually speak in Polish, I just refer to them as the World Cups, because it's the customary name, the one which when I grew up, it was the term that was widely used. So I sometimes find myself to talk about the World Cups instead of European Opens, but anyway, it's just the name doesn't make a lot. Here we can see some really good judo here, so we are really happy with the performances of the players. So there are 2 shidos against Zhukmanov and 1 shido against Bal, and he drops to left Morot Soinage. Just couldn't manage to rotate his opponent, but in the background Minho Choi seems to be quite pleased, and now An goes to Korean Seoi, but Zhukmanov manages to avoid being thrown back. So no score, but perhaps another penalty is somewhere in the air. If Zhukmanov don't come with one of his own attacks, he might be penalized again. And it's Bal An who constantly attacks. So he has a slight edge in this fight. So there it goes, the 3rd penalty for Zhukmanov.
It's really the 3 or 4 different things that An is putting in front of Zhukmanov that has him picking up those penalties, finding it very difficult to break down the grips. He's got nice movement, and there's that typical really low Seonagi, Marote Seonagi, that doesn't do a great deal. It just throws in another attack.
Yeah, and he's quick enough to stand up, so that doesn't look like a false attack. It's a normal valid attack, because he drops, he sees that it's not very good, but he goes back to his feet so quickly that the referee, or in this case she, doesn't have even a time to stop it, because another flurry of attack is up. Is up. So An is looking good, but if Zhukmanov manages to close this distance, to get really close, he may be very dangerous. There's a big threat of him going very deep, very close to his opponent, and up till now An manages to avoid that. Another drop attack. Left-sided Morota. Oh, this is going to be a Shido for
He picks up a
breaking
second
the grip.
penalty,
Yeah, breaking the grip with both arms. So this is going to be a second penalty. A little bit silly one, I believe. There was no direct threat for him. He had time. He was in quite a distance from his opponent, so this is just a mistake. And now it's Zhukmanov with a Uchimata and then going to Makikomi. Quite a good attempt. One of the closest to scoring in this contest. It's 2 Shidos against Anbal and 3 Shidos against
Oh, that
Zhukmanov,
was
and
nice.
that was the combination we were talking about. You make an initial commitment into the first technique and then afterwards you go to the second one. No, not you have to just break the balance of your opponent, and some of the fighters today were lacking. They were just going straight into the second part of the combination, and here we saw that one couldn't manage, and it is Osaikomi.
Happy now
Yeah,
to be on the ground. Can't quite keep his opponent there, but it's sufficient enough to use up the clock.
yeah. 8 seconds left. So you see the first technique, it was good enough, and then he just continues in the second one. He broke the balance and then continued with Kochi. And it's all over here in this final of under 66. Maybe the thing that was lacking was the throws and the scores. But anyway, it was fast-paced, very good contest. And I think that An deserved gold medal throughout his whole performance today.
He was the better of the two fighters in that final. He looked good all day up until the final. He did enough to take that without any controversy or anything. Anbal was the better of the two, and the former junior world champion.
Runner-up, I believe.
Well, he was runner-up in. Where did we go before Ljubljana? The Junior World Championship. Where was that? He was silver medalist the first year in 60s, and then he won it in 60s in Ljubljana. So one silver and 1 gold. But that was at 60 kilos in any case. So he's stepped up since then. Well, we've got is it the awarding ceremony now? I think they're getting ready for the awarding ceremony down at the far end of the competition hall. Stay with us, we'll bring you more action from the European Open. They're the fighters getting ready for the awarding ceremony. Eddie Coaz has the pleasure of sending the lightweights up, and he was a lightweight himself once. It was a while ago now. Put on a bit of weight since then. But that's okay. We often have a laugh and a joke about it. He tells people that we were the same weight once, and then proceeds to say that I lost a lot of weight. Eric Takabatake of Brazil steps up to take the first of the bronze medal. The second bronze medal went to Kumar Kyrgyzbayev of Kazakhstan. Silver medal goes to Diobek Urazboyev of Uzbekistan. The gold medal goes to Sharafuddin Lutfuliev of Uzbekistan. And oddly enough, I didn't know it was Urizboyev that he beat, and beat Urizboyev in that
Junior World.
Junior World Championships in Ljubljana.
So we see that those best fighters from the world level in juniors are having a shot at that this world circuit and also European or just continental opens, and they are taking the main. They are the main actors. They win those competitions. So you can see that.
And now the national anthem of Uzbekistan. Yeah, Tommy was saying that some of the fighters are demonstrating that move, the ability to jump from juniors up to seniors, and it was in Cape Town where Anne took the silver. That's the first time I ever saw him. And I can't remember who it was that beat him. It was probably the Japanese in the final.
Abe, perhaps. Oh, Takato.
Yeah, Takato. No, yeah. What a smash 'em up contest that was. And Baul and Takato Naohisa. Smetov has now come to the fore as well.
Amit Kaba.
Yeah, Ahmed Shaheen Kaba we've seen there as well. There's a few of them still around. Right, let's see who we've got coming up now in the under 73 kilo category, the bronze medal matches. Sharafuddin Boltboyev of Uzbekistan faces Hassan Vanlioglu of Turkey. And on the mat 2 we've got Artem Homula facing Alex Pombo da Silva. Well, we should go to mat number 2, given that Pombo da Silva was the number 1 seed, and I think Homula may end up giving him some problems because he looked good earlier on. So let's have a look at Artem Homula of the Ukraine in the white judogi and Alex Pombo da Silva of Brazil in blue. It's a bronze medal match in the under 73 kilo category, and in the middle, Amiran Todikashvili, who himself was a lightweight. That too was a few years ago.
Oh, that's a stunning display throughout the day with those explosive Uchimatas. Komula Artem has shown some really decent skills in this technique. For example, throwing our own Damian Szwarnowiecki, one of our hopes for a medal today. Just couldn't get the leg inside, as we see on the replay. Pombo answers with his Ashiwaza, very tight gripping. And this is the Uchimata again. This time he tried to hook the leg inside and then switch. That is going to be... Oh, Komula was already penalized. Probably for stepping outside.
He manages to step off and around that right-sided effort from Pombo da Silva.
Ashiwaza to break the balance. So this is how he starts, and then he goes to
Oh, that was good, yeah.
Yeah, and it's an Ippon. Some Beautiful stuff from the Brazilian.
Big Osatagari. Yeah, well, the two Brazilians who came in as #1 seeds have both managed to come away with bronze medals. So, not that bad a result. And then Sobirov had come in as the #1 seed in the 66s, and he managed to come away with a bronze. So if you were #1 seed, you took bronze here today. That was it. Right, we've got the second of the bronze medal matches taking place here. Sharafidin Boltaboyev of Uzbekistan.
Just thrown for a Yuko with Sutemi Waza, and Hasan Vaniloglu of Turkey. Both fighters Shido Apis and Boltbayev, who already has a Yuko. You can see the replay. Yeah, he goes one way just to try to break the balance, and then he drops underneath with this Yoko Sutemi Waza.
Vaniloglu didn't see that coming, did he? You know, you reacted to that slow because he wasn't really sold on the first part of the combination, like we said. He got suckered there. Yuko down, minute 40 odd left to go.
I don't want to spoil anything, but you said something about Hasan Vaniloglu as well today.
Yeah. I'm not going to say it again then.
No.
I'll give him a chance.
Yeah, just leave him be. He still has somewhere around 90 seconds to prove you wrong. Something about 5 and 7.
They were the only two people I said it about as well.
Good entry, but he lost the grip on the left arm. He couldn't just pull towards himself and then rotate the body of second. And he was already jinxed, so I don't know. Oh!
Ooh, close.
It's a Shido for Boltabayev.
Just wants to make sure that he's standing, well, a little bit of a way away before they get back underway. He's done that again. He's gone over to that side. He's put in an attack, but he's got no contact with him, with the left hand. There's no chance of him catching him there.
Well, 45 seconds, and it's Vaniloglu who constantly pushes forward, so...
He couldn't keep pushing. It's a bit much to ask for a score for that.
No score, but the initial movement was very good. He just couldn't rotate.
You know, if they get back to their feet, you see it's not going to make any difference, because even if he does put in another attack and Boltabayev is passive, he comes up to the third penalty, there's 20 seconds to go. He's going to sneak it.
It's a bit too late.
Yeah.
There's no penalty as well. He has to throw if he wants to break the,
yeah, exactly.
the spell, the curse.
He's going to get it.
It's 15.
Yeah. Can't afford another mistake now. See, Vaniloglu doesn't want him off the mat. You know, he needs to force him to stay on the mat and get him to engage with either with a false attack, maybe if he's going to try something. That was poor. No power left. That'll do. Couldn't come up with a score.
He finishes on the 5th place.
Unfortunately.
And it's Sharafidin Boltaboyev who claims the bronze medal in this under 73 kilogram category.
Van Lioglu, another hard day and another close but no cigar performance from him. Now we've got the final of the under 73 kilo category coming up now, and Chang Rim of Korea faces Ganbata Odbaya of Mongolia. Two attacking, aggressive fighters about to take to the mat.
Two different styles. Which one of these will be successful in the final contest? We are about to know.
I saw Anne at lunch, and he was completely relaxed, laughing and joking with his teammates, Kim Won-jin and Baul. And
what is really interesting is that there's only one place between those fighters in the world ranking list. I believe Ganbata is currently number 23, while Changriman is 24.
I just think that with Ganbata, that may be round about his level. Might give him a couple of places, but with Anne, his early days, coming out the juniors, and he's going to find his way a little bit further up, I think.
Maybe today.
Yeah.
He will just
Definitely after this. Well, you won't have to worry about Wang. Wang Kichun has moved up to 81. We'll see him tomorrow. So with Wang having moved out, there's a little bit more breathing room in the under 73 kilo category. Just couldn't make 73 any longer. I really don't think he's 81, but he just can't make 73. He's in that really, difficult position. And of course, he moved into 81, and who'd you bump into but Kim Jae-bum? So you just have one more little run at it and then hang up his belt. No score yet. Both fighters have picked up a penalty apiece. 3.5 minutes left to go. And was another success.
into grips. And it's all over here. It's Ganbatar Odbayar who takes home the gold medal. Nice Kosoto. And Changrim An will take silver medal, so probably he's not going to improve his stance relatively to Ganbatar. Will still be the Mongolian still be ahead.
Bit of an upset for me, because he's got the kind of background that suggests that he's on his way up, And that's what I was looking at. You know, he's got that kind of background. You think, right, he's in the right place at the right time. Ganbata hasn't got that kind of background, but he comes up with a good win. It just goes to show you, judo is like that. Any day, you know, that the players that are evenly balanced, they can come up with something special. And Ganbata Odbaya of Mongolia does just that. Now we've got 2 awarding ceremonies to bring you now. I think, as far as I know, that the judo's already finished over in Prague. I think they've wrapped things up there. I'll ask Super Mario. No, they're still going. Okay, it may be that if you want to watch some live judo, that you can go over and have a look at the competition in Prague. We've got the awarding ceremonies here, but I'm going to take this opportunity to thank Tomek Kowalski. Thanks very much for joining us. You're going to see you around tomorrow, or?
Yeah, I think so. It was a pleasure to commentate, to be a part of this competition. So I think that if you are happy, and
yeah, we're delighted.
Yeah, you're
happy to have you
all
along.
those who are listening to watching this broadcast. So I think I'll just stick around.
Great. Okay, let's see if we can get Tomek back tomorrow. In the meantime, we've got the awarding ceremony in the under 66 kilo category. For those of you that want to go over and see the competition in Prague, we'll see you. But for the meantime, we'll have the bronze medal presented to Ryshard Sobirov of Uzbekistan, Ori Felician of Hungary. The silver medal went to Yeldos Chumakanov of Kazakhstan. The gold medal goes to An Baul of Korea.
The trophy will be given by Ms. Marian Power. The first Olympic Games Montreal 1960.
Those were the medal winners. And now the national anthem of Korea.
We might also take a picture.
I was going to say that they're probably saving the Korean anthem for a longer version, but it's the Mongolian anthem that we're going to hear next because Ganbata took it, didn't he? Right. Okay. There's the winning quartet.
Simply the best.
Bruised, doesn't he? Look at the bruises all around the.
Yeah, it's the Korean who looks like
Untouched.
Untouched.
Didn't work
Yeah,
up
it's
a
like a
sweat,
walk
did
in
he?
the park for him.
Yeah, the 2 Anns, by the way, they're not related. It's like you said, you know, if you have this name, I think with the 2 Kazakh fighters, they've got to be twins, haven't they? Who was it that we were looking at? Kyrgyzbayev, yeah. They've got to be twins.
Yeah.
60 kilos, Kyrgyzbayev in the thing, but Ann in one weight category, Ann in another weight category. No. And Ann, common name in Korea. Ann Park Kim Lee Wang. That's it. You know, those are your Korean names.
Combination.
You know, so right, we've got the awarding ceremony in the under 73 kilo category coming up next. I don't think I'm going to detain Tomek Kowalski any longer. I think he's probably going to get in his BMW and drive off somewhere.
Oh, probably go with the bus, the shuttle.
All right.
Because I'm I'm ecologically aware.
Oh, I see. Oh, it's only for that reason.
Yeah,
you know.
exactly.
Ozone friendly.
Yeah,
Save the
exactly.
planet. Yeah.
That's right. So thank you very much.
My
and
pleasure.
See you tomorrow.
We'll see you tomorrow. Tomek Kowalski.
Goodbye.
We'll let him go early and get the early bus.
Thanks a lot.
Right, they look as though they've got a little bit of work before they get in there. Right, they are gathering down at the far end of the competition hall now. There are the 4 fighters.
The bronze medalist representing Brazil, Alex William. Representing Uzbekistan, Sharafuddin Bozraboyev.
The bronze medals go to Alex William Pombo da Silva of Brazil, to give him his full name, Pombo da Silva, and to Sharafuddin Bozraboyev of Uzbekistan. Silver medal goes to An Changrim of Korea, and the gold medal goes to Ganbata Odbaya of Mongolia. Whilst they're doing the other little presentations, we're going to say goodbye from Warsaw. There may still be some judo going on in Prague, I'm not absolutely certain, but we'll be back tomorrow at 10 o'clock when we bring you all the action from day 2 of competition. Join us tomorrow. We look forward to your company then, but from everyone here in Warsaw in the Hala Sporta Widokowska, it's bye-bye for now.